everything Trump touches turns to, whatever you want to call it. And FIFA's World Cup and the Olympics are their next kind of targets. Donald Trump and his family already turned FIFA into their kind of personal influence op. And now an investment group tied to Jared Kushner's brother is close to acquiring part of the World Cup. They want to buy part of the World Cup, although it seems that the backlash is so explosive with every European national team threatening to walk away from future World Cups that it may not be happening. But when this news broke that Josh Kushner was going to try to buy part of the World Cup, Spain, France, England, Germany, and Portugal said, yeah, we're not going to go if you guys do that, which, I mean, listen, there's a lot of good teams, but Spain, France, England, Germany, and Portugal are all good teams that a lot of people want to see. Is that really the World Cup without them? So FIFA president Gianni Infantino, who gave Donald Trump the world famous FIFA Peace Prize, after which Donald Trump started a new war. What Gianni Infantino proposed was creating a company called FIFA Forward Enterprise, which would control the commercial rights associated with the World Cup and other competitions with FIFA. Now, FIFA valued it at roughly $20 billion. And they said, listen, what we'll do is we'll sell up to 20% of this new entity to private investors, and that'll help us raise around $4 billion. And who was expected to lead the investment group? Joshua Kushner, the brother of Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. What a surprise. Other people reportedly connected include private equity billionaire Mark Rowan and a guy named Greg Maffei, both linked to Donald Trump, of course. So you get a World Cup that really is defined by two things: Gianni Infantino's sycophantic relationship with Trump and Trump getting involved to coerce FIFA to reverse a red card, after which the United States got crushed by Belgium anyway. So it's like a complete disaster. And then FIFA goes, you know what we'll do? Let's sell part of our most valuable competitions to an investment group led by someone in the Kushner family. What a coincidence. Now, remember how we got here, okay? Trump spent years saying, I brought the World Cup to the United States, despite it being Canada, USA, Mexico, World Cup. Fine. Infantino just goes, I'm just going to suck up to Trump. He visits the White House. He gives Trump a prize that they invented, which means nothing, the FIFA Peace Prize. Trump gets to be on the field handing the World Cup trophy to the Spanish team, all of this stuff. And then all of a sudden, you end up in this situation. Now, in the middle of this, I want to restate, Trump called Infantino and said, nice World Cup you got here. Might be good to review the red card on Flo Balogun. And then FIFA goes, you know what, sir? We've reviewed it. We were confused. It's not a good red card. We've gotten rid of it. And now Flo Balogun isn't suspended for the next game. Trump interfered in what is supposedly an independent disciplinary process. FIFA gives him what he wants. And then, by the way, the U.S. is subsequently obliterated by Belgium 4-1. And the Trump sports curse remains undefeated. Then at the final, Trump joins the trophy presentation. He refuses to leave. He stands beside the Spanish players during their celebration. They looked like they didn't want anything to do with Trump. And it really kind of captures the relationship. Trump inserts himself. He goes, I'm not leaving. And he makes every sporting event he's involved with about himself. But then after all that, we get this investment proposal, and it really takes the corruption to a new level. UEFA, or UEFA, and all 55 of its national associations said no European teams are going to participate if this proposal is live. CONCACAF's 41 members said, we reject it. The process is secretive. There's this artificially short deadline. There's been no review. And then they also asked what really is a very obvious question. Why does FIFA need private equity money? They just had one of the most, or I believe the most profitable World Cup ever. Why private equity money? And so they faced a European boycott. They faced a rebellion, international opposition. And for now, it seems as though this plan is not moving forward. Now, that's the good news. There is a bigger problem here. A FIFA president so close to Trump develops a secret plan which could give private investors, including a firm tied to Trump's family, a financial stake in future World Cups. It's the private equity-fication. It's like a roll-up of soccer. And it becomes another way for Trump or his family to make money. This time, at least for now, it appears as though it has been interrupted. And this is a perfect example of a story that MAGA never hears about. And in fact, I would bet, leave a comment if this is the first you've heard of this going on, because I would bet, based on my understanding of these algorithms and what I write about in my book, Pay Attention About These Algorithms, my bet is that for a bunch of different reasons, most people in my audience, unless you're independently a sports follower or a soccer fan, I would bet a lot of my audience didn't even hear that this was on the table. Let me know in a comment, send me an email, info@davidpakman.com. Did you hear about this private equity sell-off of FIFA before I talk to you about it today? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Check out this other video. And if you like our content, make sure to subscribe so YouTube puts our videos in your feed, and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple.